welcome to Yoga Roots Online. Today I'm going to bring you a little bit of a grounding practice. So whether your head is feeling a little bit up in the air, if you're feeling a little bit out of sorts, or if you're feeling great but you just fancy a yoga practice, then this could be one for you. So if you're happy to, coming down to lying on your backs to start with. Knees can be bent or legs straight, whatever works good for you. So just taking a few moments before we start our practice today, just to bring our awareness to and connect with our breath, our prana or life force. Maybe taking one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest, just to really connect with where that breath is in your body today. If you haven't already got that belly involved, see if you can start to bring it into the breath. So as you inhale, feeling the belly expand, pushing it up towards the sky, and then the chest might rise as well. And as you exhale, allowing the belly to soften, and then the chest. So just working with that if that's okay for you. So just taking a moment to notice all of the places where your body is in contact and connected to your mat and the earth beneath you. Just moving that awareness to all of the places of contact, maybe through the heels, the calves, the buttocks, the arms, the shoulders, the upper back, just connecting to all of those places of contact. And then if you haven't already, I'd like you to take a bend into your knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the floor, and then bringing the arms either out to T-shape, out at shoulder height, or you might bend at the elbows, taking more cactus arms if that's better for you today. And then take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, dropping the knees over to the right. As you inhale, bringing the knees back up to center. And as you exhale, dropping the knees over to the left. So just keeping that going with your own breath. Inhale as the knees come to center. And exhale as you drop them over to either side. If it feels good to hold the twist for a few breaths, then please feel free to go ahead and do that. Remember, yoga is about your own practice, doing whatever feels good for you today. And if you like, you might start bringing some movement into the head and the neck, maybe taking the gaze to the opposite direction of the knees. And as the knees move back to center, as does the gaze. And then as the knees drop over to the other side, the gaze comes into the opposite direction. Taking one more on either side. And then just gently coming back up to center, bringing the arms back down to either side, and then working your way up to sitting. So whether that's rolling over and pushing up, or if you're feeling a little bit more energetic, you might rock up and down the length of the spine and come up to sitting that way. And then coming to meet on all fours in our tabletop position. Think about knees stacked under hips, wrists underneath shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, shoulder blades drawing down the back. And then we're just going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, pressing down through the hands and the knees, rounding through the back as head and tailbone drop. And as you inhale, finding that lift in the head and the tailbone, and that grounding through the belly and the spine. So as you exhale, really grounding down through hands and knees, trying to keep the elbows soft as you do this. And as you inhale, letting the belly become soft as we contract the muscles in the back of the body. So just keeping your cat-cow going at your own pace. You might like to close your eyes to really turn your attention inwards, to become aware of the movement and the sensations within the body. Notice whether any of the hand, the palm has started lifting off of the mat, and see if you can ground down through the whole of both palms. Paying particular attention to the space in between the index finger and the thumb, which often has a tendency to lift. And at the end of your next exhale, just gently coming back into your neutral spine. And then we're going to step our right foot forward to start with. So coming into our low lunge, you can take that left knee quite far back if you want to get more of a stretch in that left psoas, or you can have it more kind of 90 degrees underneath the knee if that's better for you. And then squeezing the legs together to protect the lower back and lifting the spine up to neutral. So we're stacking the heart over the hips, the head over the heart. We're keeping nice and strong through the legs. And since we're working with a little grounding practice today, I thought we'd work with an earth flow arm sequence. So taking the hands down, interlacing the fingers, having the palms facing up. So you probably need to have the arms slightly off center here because of that front knee being bent. So just work with that and then relax the shoulders, keeping the legs nice and strong. When you're ready, with an inhale, drawing the palms up towards the chin. As you exhale, flipping the palms down towards the ground and then taking the palms back down towards the ground. As we inhale, taking the arms up and overhead, keeping the shoulders nice and soft. As we exhale, taking the arms over to the right. Inhale back to center, and then exhale to release the hands back down. So we'll take that once more. Again, bringing the hands together, interlace the fingers. Check that you're still strong in the legs, that we haven't sunk down too far. Nice deep inhale to draw the palms up. Exhale to send them back down again. Inhale, shoulders stay soft as the arms come up and overhead. Exhale as the arms come over to the left this time. Nice deep inhale back to center. And then exhale to release the hands, bring the hands back down towards the ground. Just holding it here for a couple of breaths. Just feeling that opening in the hips, trying to keep the shoulders soft, the chest reaching forwards. And then when you're ready, inhale, taking it back into our Ardha Hanumanasana, or half splits, taking sitting bones back towards heels. Maybe lifting the right toes off of the floor as we do this, starting to feel that stretch in the right hamstring and the back of the right leg. So if you keep your belly in contact with your thigh, you're going to deepen that stretch here. Again, chest reaching forward, shoulders soft, keeping the spine nice and long if we can. Really think about that lengthening of the right hip or sitting bone away from the right heel. And then just gently bringing the weight back over that front foot, tucking the back toes under, lifting the back knee, and then turning the right toes in slightly as we drop the left heel, coming into our half squat. So you might be resting around about here today. Important that we try and keep the alignment of that right knee and ankle. You might be able to reach down. Maybe if you want to take it a little further, the left toes draw up towards the sky, just to get that stretch in the back of that left leg. Nice deep breaths, whichever variation you're at today. Maybe you're here or here. And then with a nice deep inhale to come to center, turning the right toes in, turn the left toes out slightly, and then taking that half squat on the left side. And just taking whatever variation works for you on this side. Remember, it might be different to the other side, so that's totally fine. Just really listening to your body. Doing whatever feels good today. Keeping your awareness with the sensations. And then gently releasing that right foot back down to the ground. Walking the hands around the left foot this time. Coming onto the ball of the right foot. And then just gently dropping that right knee down. So you might need to just slightly adjust the legs. Again, we want that knee over ankle here. Squeezing the legs together so we can be nice and strong in the legs to protect the lower back. And then let's take that earth flow once again. So interlacing the fingers, palms facing up. And then with a nice deep inhale to draw the palms up towards the chin. Exhale to send the palms back down towards the earth. Nice deep inhale, shoulders stay soft as the arms come up and overhead. Exhale as the arms come over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to release the hands back down. Let's take that once more. Check that you're not hanging too much into the pelvis here, that the legs are still nice and strong. Interlace the fingers. Nice deep inhale to draw that energy upwards. Exhale as we send it back down. Nice deep inhale, shoulders soft as the arms come up. And then exhale, taking the arms over to the right this time. Keeping your balance. Inhale to center, exhale to release the hands. Take a couple of breaths here to just find that nice deep stretch in the hips. And then when you're ready, inhale to take the sitting bones back towards the heels, maybe lifting the left toes to come into our half splits. Chest reaching forward, shoulder blades drawing down the back. Finding that sense of lengthening in the back of the left leg. So whether it is actually lengthening or you're just imagining it, either is good. Shoulders soft. And then just slowly bringing the weight back over that right foot. Bring the hands down to the floor. Spread the fingers if you reach comfortably and that's okay for you. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Nice deep inhale to take the arms up. And then bring in the hands to heart center. So we're going to step from our low lunge into either Tadasana or mountain pose, or straight into Vrikshasana or tree pose. So depending on your energy levels today and how much you feel like you want to challenge yourself. So just whenever you're ready, maybe take a bend into that back knee, take a nice deep inhale to step forward into your mountain pose or your tree pose. So if you stepped into your mountain pose, then just slowly starting to take the weight. I'll just turn towards you so you can see a little bit better. So if you step forward into your tree pose, excellent work. Try and hold it there if you can. If you're in your mountain pose, starting to just take the weight into that left leg, lifting that right foot, maybe bringing right toes to the floor, heel towards that left ankle. Just check that that left hip hasn't popped out. Hands might come to heart center. And either you're keeping both feet planted today, or maybe if you're feeling like it's all right for you, might start to draw that right foot up at the left leg. Try to avoid having the heel on the knee. So either have it kind of below, or the knee can be sort of where the arch of the foot is, or you might be able to take hold of the foot and bring it up towards the thigh. So whatever variation works for you today. So wherever you're at, think about creating a little bit of resistance between that left leg and the right foot. Push them into each other. Find your drishti. Find your nice deep breath. Find your balance. So maybe you're lucky like me and you have trees within sight. But if you haven't, then you can imagine a tree, and all of us can imagine the roots from the tree going deep into the earth. So just like the tree in our yoga, in our tree pose, we have roots coming out of the bottom of that standing leg, going deep into the earth, keeping us stable, keeping us strong, keeping us grounded. If you want to make it slightly more challenging for yourself, you might start to play around with lifting the toes of the standing foot off of the floor. That might make it more challenging. If you want to make it even more challenging, you can play around with closing the eyes. Keep pressing the foot into the leg and the leg back into that foot. Check that the spine is still nice and long, the shoulders are soft. Good work. All right, so if you've got the foot lifted or the foot on the floor, either way, turn the right knee back in towards the center. If the foot is lifted, see if you can keep it lifted. I'm just going to turn so you can see a little bit better. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale to step back into our lunge. Fab. And then releasing the arms, straighten through that front leg, drop the back heel. And then we're going to take our warrior one. So you might need to slightly adjust the feet. We want heels either aligned, or imagine there's a plank of wood in between the heels. Left toes facing forward, right toes turning in towards the left foot so that the hips and the chest can turn towards that left foot. So you might find that if you're quite tight in your psoas of this back leg, you might not be able to turn the hips and chest all the way around. That's totally fine, don't worry about it. It's all good. As this becomes more open, this psoas, then you might be able to turn the hips and the chest a little bit more. You might not, we're all made differently. So just work with what you've got, accept where you are today, and know that it is perfect for you. Inhale as we take the arms up, squeeze the legs together, and then when you're ready, exhale, take a bend into that front knee as the hands come down to heart center. So if the knee is overshooting the ankle, just shuffle that front foot forward. Let the shoulders stay soft. Thinking about just slightly tucking the tailbone under. And again, working towards squaring the hips, so that right hip is working forward, that left hip is working backwards. And just bringing your awareness to all the places of both feet where the sole of the foot is in contact with the earth. So maybe you have a tendency to roll in or roll out. See if you can really spread the whole of the sole of the foot so it is nice and firmly grounded. Think about pressing into the outside edge of that back foot to help protect the back knee. So when you're ready with a nice deep inhale, straighten that front leg, open the hips and the chest to the right. Now you might need to slightly adjust the feet here, so feel free to go ahead and do that again. Ideally working towards heels being aligned, but totally fine to have them slightly further apart. So taking our warrior two, so hips and chest are opening to the side this time. Inhale as the arms come up. Make the arms active by really pointing the fingers away. Keep the shoulders nice and soft. Turn the palms to face up towards the sky. So by doing this, we've opened the shoulders, we've opened the chest. And then see if you can just turn at the wrists to have the palms facing down. Arms are still nice and active. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale to take a bend back into that front knee. Again, if you need to, adjust yourself. Feeling strong through the legs, reaching away with the hands, the fingers. Strong warrior. Gaze might come over the middle left finger. With an inhale, turning the left palm to face up towards the sky. Exhale to bring the right hand down the right leg as left fingers come up and over. Important that we try and keep that front knee bent here. So the tendency is to sometimes straighten that front leg, especially if it's feeling a bit tired. Keep the shoulders soft, the chest nice and open. Drishti, wherever's good for your neck today. And then nice deep inhale to come back to center. Exhale to take it into our extended side angle. So option to bring the left forearm to the left thigh. Maybe if you've got a block or something that you're using a block, you can reach down to place the left hand on that, or you can take hold of the leg. If it's available, you can bring the left hand all the way down. But keep the chest open. So if you're trying to get down because maybe your ego is telling you want to reach the floor, but this sort of thing is happening and the chest is facing down towards the sky, the floor, then just come back to resting the forearm on the thigh. Finding that lovely long line of energy through the whole of the right side. If you've taken the forearm on thigh option, just take it away a second, just to make sure we're not hanging out too much there. And then place it back. And then when you're ready, nice deep inhale to come all the way up to center, straighten both legs. Release the arms. Turn the toes to face the same way as the nose. And then just turning them out slightly for our Utthita Konasana or goddess pose. I've got the wrong coloured mat for sunshine yoga. My feet are quite hot and it's a rubber mat. So hopefully, I hope you forgive me, soles of feet. Okay, so legs are nice and strong. Imagine that band around the thighs, so you're engaging the legs. When you're ready, nice deep inhale to take the arms up and overhead. And then exhale as you bend the knees and we bring the hands down to heart center. So we're just going to find that flow a few more times. So inhale as we straighten the legs. The arms come up and overhead. Exhale as we come down into our goddess pose. So take a few more like that. See if you can really unite the movement of the arms and the legs. So they become straight as one and they bend as one. Taking one more. And the next time you come down into your goddess pose, we're going to hold it here. So nice and strong through the legs again. Just take a look down at the knees and just notice if the knees are getting pulled in by the adductors here. If they are, if it's okay if you just gently push them out. You can always bring the legs closer together. So staying nice and strong in the legs, we're going to take that earth flow in the arms again. So interlace the fingers, palms facing up. Shoulders soft, nice deep inhale to draw the palms up. Exhale as you send them down. Shoulders stay soft as you inhale and take the arms up. Exhale to take the arms over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, release the arms. We're going to take it once more. Still nice and strong in the legs. Spread the soles of the feet. Nice deep inhale to draw the palms up. Exhale to send them down. Inhale, arms coming up, shoulders soft. Exhale to take the arms over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the hands. And then once more, inhale to come all the way up to standing. Straighten those legs. Take the arms up and overhead. Push the palms up towards the sky. And gently release the hands down to the thighs. Good stuff. All right, then turn the right toes towards the short side of the mat. Turn the left toes in to join it. Come onto the ball of that left foot, so we're coming into a lunge as we take a bend into that right knee. Bring the hands to heart center. And again, option to either step forward into your Tadasana or your Vrikshasana. So whatever works for you on this side. When you're ready, nice deep inhale, bend that back knee and stepping forward either into your mountain or into your tree pose. If you stepped into mountain pose, just working your way into your tree pose, taking the weight into that right leg, taking whatever variation works on this side, either keeping left toes on the floor or maybe just holding them here for a couple of breaths. You might start to draw that left foot up the right leg, or you might not. You might keep the toes on the floor. Think about creating that resistance between the leg and the foot, so we keep nice and strong through the pelvis and the hips. The spine stays nice and long. And again, just bringing your awareness back to the roots, growing out from the sole of that foot of the standing leg, reaching deep into the earth, getting nutrients and energy, anything that you need today. Shoulders stay soft, spine nice and long. Again, the option is there if you want to make it more challenging, playing around with lifting the toes of that standing leg, maybe closing the eyes, maybe both together if you really want a challenge today. And then when you're ready, turning that left knee back to center. I'm just going to turn here so you can see a little bit better. Keep the foot lifted if you can. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale to step back into your lunge. Good work. And then straighten the front leg, drop the back heel. Just check the alignment of the feet. You probably need to widen them a little bit. And then we're turning hips and chest towards that front foot to take our warrior one. So inhale as the arms come up. Keep the shoulders nice and soft, squeeze the thighs together. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale to take a bend into that front knee. Bringing the hands to heart center, adjusting yourself if you need to. Again, just being aware of the hips, of trying to work that front hip, that left hip forward. Sorry, back hip is the left hip, front hip is the right hip. Trying to square through the hips. Notice whether it's ever easier to square the hips on this side, or maybe it's more challenging. Might indicate that this psoas on this side is tighter or more open than the other one was. Really pressing down through the soles of both feet, paying particular attention to the outside edge of that back foot. And breathing deeply. With an inhale, straightening that front leg, opening the hips and the chest to your left this time. Again, if you need to, adjust the feet, open the hips and the chest out to the left. Inhale as we take the arms up, reach the fingers away, find that opening in the shoulders, the chest and the arms, and then see if you can just turn at the wrists. Reach the fingers away, take a nice deep inhale, exhale to take a bend into that front knee, coming into your warrior two. Gaze might come over that front middle finger. Just notice whether you kind of have a tendency to lean forward into the future, lean back into the past. Try and ground yourself firmly into the center, shoulders over hips, nice and present in the here and in the now. Inhale to turn the right palm up towards the sky, and then exhale to reverse your warrior. Try and keep that front knee bent. Shoulders stay nice and soft, chest is open. Taking your drishti to wherever works for you on this side. And then nice deep inhale to come up. Exhale into our extended side angle. So again, the options to take the forearm to the thigh, maybe reach that right hand down the right leg, or we can bring the right hand down towards the floor. So really keep that left side nice and active. Press the outside of the left foot into the mat. Reach the left fingers away from you. Check that shoulders are still nice and soft. And then nice deep inhales come all the way up. And then cartwheel the hands down to either side of that front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Feel grounded through the palms of the hands. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. So really grounding down through the palms of the hands. Again, noticing if you have a tendency to roll out towards the little fingers, to draw that space between the thumb and the index finger, or the thumb mound, I guess it might be called, down into your mat. Grounding through the toes, maybe through the heels if that's available to you. Just doing whatever feels good in your down dog. Keeping shoulders lifted away from the ears. And then just slowly dropping the knees down towards the floor. So you can either have the knees together, hip distance apart, or you can take them nice and wide. Bring the toes together maybe, and then just dropping back into our child's pose. And just letting go, surrendering to the earth, to the pose. If the shoulders are feeling a little tight today, then why not just take those arms nice and wide? Give your shoulders a little bit of a break. If the head doesn't comfortably reach the floor, then feel free to make a fist or two so that you can rest the head and just remove any tension in the neck by having to hold the head up. Can you allow the heart center to drop a little closer towards the earth? Can you allow the sitting bones to draw a little further towards the ground? Just taking a moment here to have gratitude for yourself, for coming to the practice, for your body, for taking you through the practice, and for the earth beneath you, supporting you always. And then just gently lifting the gaze, slowly bringing the hands back to center as we bring the spine back to neutral. And then just gently coming into seated position, whatever works good for you. Taking your time, no rush. Staying nice and calm. Nice long spine, shoulders are soft. And just taking a moment to bring your awareness to any places where the body is in contact with the earth beneath you. In the sitting bones, the feet, anywhere else where the body is grounding with the earth. Just allowing your awareness to slowly come back into the present. Remembering to pause often and smile frequently. If you like, you might join me bringing the hands together at heart center. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed that sequence. Any feedback, as always, massively appreciated. If you subscribe to my channel, my Yoga Roots channel on YouTube, then I believe you'll get an email or you'll get notified when I put new videos up. So yeah, look after yourselves, stay well, stay smiley, and stay sane. Ciao!